Okay, we're going to finish this problem. So 10 is my x1, 2 is my y1. Point slope form is y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. And just like I talked about in the first example, we will be filling in the m, the x1, and the y1, but not the y and the x. Those stay as our independent and dependent variables. So I have to fill in my m, which is 1, so that's not bad. Then I have my x, and now my x value was 10. And then my y value was 2. And there's my answer. I don't really have to put a 1 as a multiply, as a number that's being multiplied in front of the parentheses, because multiplying by 1 doesn't do anything. So I can actually just leave it like that. But if you want to put the 1, that is totally fine. Now it says using the point slope form, converted to slope intercept form. Well, like we were talking about on the last page, slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So if I start with what I had, and I distribute the 1, like I was saying, that doesn't do anything. So 1 times x is x, and 1 times negative 10 is negative 10. So to solve, I just have to get the y by itself. So I'll add 2, and y equals x minus 8. Now, we already knew that the y-intercept was negative 8. We already did that. So this shouldn't have been a huge surprise that negative 8 was our y-intercept. Halfway done. Okay, rewriting from point slope to slope intercept. That is exactly what I just did in number 10. So all I'm going to do is distribute and then add the 7. Negative 6 times x, negative 6 times 2. Add 7. Y is equal to negative 6x minus 5. That means that my slope is negative 6 and my y-intercept is 0, negative 5. Same thing here. Distribute my 2, subtract my 3. 2 times x, 2 times negative 5. Subtract 3. My slope is 2. My y-intercept is negative 13. Distribute my 5, and then I'll add my 3. 5 times x is 5x, and 5 times 4 is 20. I'll add 3 to both sides. That means that my slope is 5, and my y-intercept is 23. Okay, we are going to write an equation in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form means I need the slope and I need the y-intercept. Okay, my y-intercept is where I'm crossing the y-axis, which is this vertical. So my y-intercept is right here at 4. Now I have to count my slope. Watch the scale. This is actually up 2, up 4, over 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, we are going to graph. So you'll notice that A and C are both in standard form. So I can graph it by using x and y intercepts, or I can graph it by solving for y and putting it into slope intercept form. It's up to you. I'll do x and y intercepts on the first one, and then I'll convert it to slope intercept form on that one. So to find x and y intercepts, I plug in a 0. 4x equals 12. So x is 3. Plug in a 0. Divide by -2. So y is -6. Connect. Oh, I'm a little off. So I'm going to do it a different way on C. I'm going to solve it for the y. So if I'm solving for y, then y doesn't move. I move everything else away from it. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And I'm going to divide everything by -2. -3 divided by -2 is 3/2. And -6 divided by -2 is 3. So that means I start at my y-intercept of 3, and I go up 3/2. And that's not kind of working in the space that I have. So I'm actually going to do the opposite and go down 3 and left 2, which still leaves me with a positive slope. Nice little patriotic red, white, and blue problem over here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh well, it's good enough. Okay. In part B, this is in point slope form, so I can graph straight from here. I don't even need to do any work. I just need to pick out the x value, pick out the y value, and my slope is -2. So remember, point slope form is y minus the y value equals mx minus the x value. So I'm just picking out the x and the y and the m. So I'm going to go to 2, 1, and I'm going to graph out my slope of -2 or -2/1 down 2/1 down 2/1. I'll try to draw this one myself. No, that's bad. Okay, same thing with part D. Again, picking out my numbers. My x value is 1, my y value is 2, and my slope is 4, which is 4/1, of course. So I go 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4/1, or I can go down over 1. Oh gosh, I'm not very good at that. Okay, determine the slope. In number 14, we have a horizontal line. My slope is 0. In C, I have a vertical line. My slope is undefined. And I'm going to have to count this one out. So I see some dots on here, some lattice points that I can use. So 1, 2, 3, down 3. To the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, some kind of tougher problems down here. We've got to find the slope all by ourselves because they ask us for point slope form, but they haven't given us the slope. We've got to find it. So I'm going to use my slope formula. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. So I have 3 minus -6, the y's, and then I have 4 minus -2. 3 minus -6 is 9, and 4 minus -2 is 6. Reducing that fraction, they're both divisible by 3, is going to give me 3/2. Well, I'm going to try to finish this. It says I have 10 seconds. Okay, I can pick either of these points. I'm just going to pick 4, 3. So I have y minus the y value, my slope, x minus my x value.